Hello, my name is Marie Laveria and my channel is Living a Simple Life and Finding a Rhythm. And today I'm doing a video on what is intentional living and how do we cultivate it in our lives. And I want to start with saying that intentional living sounds complicated, but it isn't. You build your life around your beliefs and your values, and you do it in small changes if you're not already doing that already. So I'll give you a few examples of how to implement values and beliefs in one's life. And the example is taking a walk with your partner because you value and prioritize exercising and spending quality time with your partner. So there's two values here: valuing exercise, and valuing the relationship. Another example is carefully choosing your activities that you post in your calendar for yourself because you prioritize self-care. So you don't just sign up for everything and do a million appointments in your month. You're careful to do some self-care there and make it reasonable for yourself. Excuse me. When we do not live intentionally, we feel like life is happening and we just exist. And that's not a good feeling at all. And when we do incorporate our values and our beliefs in our lives, and we have a say in the direction in the way that our lives are going, and it eliminates stress when we have that, when we're in that space. So I'll start by giving you my definition of beliefs, and it's basically our beliefs are the rules that we live our lives by. They're as simple as, my example is I don't lie, and I tell the truth with compassion. And if I can't do that, then I say nothing. I'm very, very firm with the idea that lying is not okay for myself or for other people. So another example is I hang out with people who are kind and compassionate because I have a hard time hanging out with people that are bitter and angry because I'm sensitive emotionally to the emotions, that are negative. So in my personal life, I hang out with people that are kind and compassionate. That's a belief that I have that's important for me. I value peace in my life, and that's the only way that I can nurture that. So make a list of your beliefs, and it takes a long time to do that, so don't go about it quickly. It's going to take you several days, several hours, and try to incorporate all of your beliefs on that list. And some of our beliefs come from when we were like a few years old and we picked up something and we made sense out of it at that age, 2-3 years old, and we still live by that belief sometimes. So sometimes we need to cross off some beliefs that we have that no longer work for us. So excuse me, you might want to add some when you eliminate some. I don't know, do whatever you need to do to make that list of beliefs for you total and complete. Now let's talk about what we value. Sometimes what we value and what we believe are interconnected, but not all the time. We may value taking a walk on the beach. That's what I value. Having a morning cup of coffee or two. We may value friendships. We may value that special partner, that's a friend, and more. There are 3 categories that we value. I have 3 categories in my definition. The first one is the people that we value. They're the people that love us, we love them. They're there for us, we're there for them, and they bring out our best selves. Those are the people that we have on our list of values, people. Then there are things. I said the coffee. I have set a little collection of crystals that I bought in Sedona that I love to look at, things. And then there are events. Now, walking on the beach is an event. Creating art is an event. Anything that you do something is an event. So when you create your list of what you value, make sure you have those 3 categories in there. So I would like to share today 7 points, 7 tools to help us on the journey to living intentionally. Intentional living. The first one is be aware that our lives are full of noises and distractions. Now, if we go around not noticing that, then we're not awake, because there's a lot of noises and distractions in this world right now, and there always has been. So when we are aware of that, we can notice them, and then we can try to deal with them the best way that we can. So it's important to connect to our inner wisdom so that we know what's good for us and what isn't. It's kind of like the inner wisdom is really a good guide to go with. And some people have a hard time connecting to their inner wisdom, so I'm going to share with you a tool. It's a 5-minute daily simple meditation. And basically you sit in a chair with your back straight and your feet on the floor, and your head is tilted a little bit forward, and you're staring at a spot on the floor instead of closing your eyes so you don't fall asleep. And you take a cleansing breath. You breathe in through your nose as far as you can go, and out of your mouth slowly. Notice my shoulders come down. It's very relaxing. You can do a cleansing breath throughout the day when you need them. Only one at a time though, because it can make you lightheaded. And then as you're sitting there after your cleansing breath and gazing on the floor, spot on the floor, you breathe normal. And on your out breaths, you count 1, second out breath 2, third out breath 3, you go up to 10. So after 10 out breaths, you continue breathing normal. You do 4 sets of counting 10 with your out breaths. And after that, after your 40 breaths, you then take another cleansing breath in through your nose as far as you can go, and out of your mouth slowly. And you've done your 5-minute meditation. So when you do the out breath, you breathe normal. My first out breath. My second out breath. So you count them on your fingers, 10, and then you do 4 sets of those. So that helps you get grounded in your body, clear your mind, and get in touch with your inner wisdom. It's a marvelous tool. It's easy to do, and it's a great way to start the day. So another way to nurture your to limit noise in your life is by muting, is what I do. I mute the commercials on the TV because they're very loud, and they're usually about medication and telling you these horrible things and descriptions of how people can die taking these drugs. I also avoid watching violence in movies and on the news as much as possible. So I also mute that when that happens. I don't watch movies that are violent. So identify what you value in your life is the next step, number 2. So the first step is dealing with the noise and distractions in our lives. The second one is what you value in your life. So you make a list of what you value, like you made a list of what you believe or your beliefs. And by creating a list, you make certain that you take the time to fit these things into your life. People, events, and things. Take time to create a daily intention. That's the number 3 tool. A daily intention. So I give you an example or two. I want to be calm today, so I will take a cleansing breath every time I feel anxious. We did a cleansing breath before, and it's easy to do, and no one will know you're doing something like that because we all breathe. So, and again, only do 1 at a time because you can get lightheaded. Another example of a daily intention can be today I'll show an act of kindness to someone, and also I'll show an act of kindness to myself. So that's number 3. Number 4, cut down on overstimulating yourself. Avoid or do less social media. Slow down your morning routine so that you're not stressed out going out the door in the morning or starting your day. I work from home, so I don't go out of the door, but I want to be relaxed when I start my day. And so I have a very slow morning routine. So maybe also you want to clean up your calendar and keep only the appointments and activities that tends to your well-being. That's another way of cutting down on overstimulating yourself, cutting down on your activities. Number 5 tool is create a vision board. And you get a piece of cardboard or poster board, 24 by 18 or something, and old magazines and scissors and a glue stick, and you just put things on that board that signifies, that reminds you of what you want your life to look like. You might have the word peace on there. I have that on my vision board. So you put whatever you value, and maybe include some of your beliefs in the visual, and you hang it in a place that you can see it regularly. It's a really neat tool to remind us of what we want our life to look like. At the end of your day, number 6, tool number 6, at the end of your day, remember your intentions, and just maybe take your journal and write a few sentences about how it went when you did it, how it felt to keep that intention, to have that intention that day. Did you accomplish it? How did it feel? And that kind of thing. And tool number 7, when we want to live with intention and purpose, it's important to simplify our lives so that we can make room for this process. A simplified life allows space to live intentionally. So we declutter our spaces, as I've spoken in other videos. We declutter our thoughts. We get rid of the negative ones and we keep the positive ones. We declutter our time commitments in our calendar. We declutter our finances. We really need to know how much money is coming in and how we spend our money. To do a total review of our expenses and adjust what needs adjusting is very important. Our finances can cause us great pain if we don't manage them responsibly. And they can also allow us great freedom and peace of mind if we do manage them. So our finances are extremely important. We need money to live, but how much do we need? How hard do we need to work? How can we save money and still have the same quality of life? I'm not suggesting that we need to go without. I'm just saying we need to know what we are doing and make decisions, concrete decisions. Like I have a video on coffee, and you can save $1,000 a year if you drink coffee at home, a cup of coffee made at home, instead of going to pick it up at a coffee shop. And if you do that for 10 years, now think about 10 years goes by real fast. That's $10,000. So there are decisions that we can make about money that can really help us have that freedom and peace of mind. So a very large part of living with intention and purpose is to find our passion and to express ourselves in different forms of creating. And you've heard me talk about creating as how important it is, because I believe it's a basic human need to create. It feeds our souls, and what gives meaning, what gives us meaning in our life, and it nurtures our purpose. So it's extremely important to find those creative expressions, those creative activities that we can do, or creative, like mine is photography. I take pictures of nature and I make greeting cards with them. And my other creative activity is writing and doing podcasts and YouTube videos. So living a simple life contributes to our health. When we slow down and allow ourselves to be in the moment and live with intentionally with purpose, we're tending to ourselves in the most important way. It lessens stress and worry living this way. And when we live a simple life, we have more time to eat better, cook healthier foods, and eat more wholesome foods and have a diet that's more wholesome. So remember that when we make changes in our lives, that it's important to be patient with the process, because changes are slow to incorporate, and it's important to be kind and compassionate to ourselves, or with ourselves. So thank you for listening, and please subscribe. Please become a member on my channel, and I'll see you next time.